everybody. I'm Karen Shaw, and I wanted to personally welcome you to our People Own Psychology Facebook group. This project is a labor of love based on the idea that we have enough information now that we can create our own psychology. Thus the name People Own Psychology. We are here to become informed about what science is saying about personal change and transformation. And it really takes the guesswork out of a lot of things. And we're also here to nurture and support. And by nurturing, we mean to be here with all of you, ourselves included, as we move forward towards our own personal brilliance, towards the fullness of who we were meant to be. For some of you, you may have always lived a life where you feel complete and full, and that is absolutely wonderful. You are our role models, and we need you here. Yet many of us who experienced early abuse and consistent labeling, misinformation throughout our lives, the journey has been different. I'm one of those. And I'm here today because the information that I discovered in science through my doctoral research and my personal experimentation with the positive emotion of gratitude has brought me to a point where I experience joy and happiness easily and frequently. I can look at myself in the mirror now. So we all have our own stories, and we are gathered here to rewrite our lives' trajectories, maybe a little, maybe a lot, to flourish and thrive. That is our destiny, to flourish and thrive. So I'm not going to cover everything in one setting. Bottom line, the people-owned psychology world, the world where we become empowered to create our own destiny, is grounded in science and gratitude. We take what science has to offer, and if applicable, we use it to our great advantage. Remarkable things have happened with technology and stringent scientific research that allows us to see inside the human psyche more than we ever even dreamed possible. So we begin with the science, and the vehicle for personal change and transformation is authentic gratitude, where we choose to make choices towards goodness, make consistent choices towards life-affirming thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. This authentic and life-transforming form of gratitude becomes more accessible with self-awareness. Stephen Covey, a modern pioneer in leadership in the United States and the author of 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, this man was a phenomenon in the business world. He described what every human being is endowed with. He said every human has 4 endowments: self-awareness, conscience, independent will, and creative imagination. These give us the ultimate human freedom, the power to choose, to respond, to change. Now, granted, there are situations where our choices may be limited. That is clear. There are always exceptions to the rules. But within the 30 to 70,000 choices we make every day, obviously a lot of them subconsciously, let me repeat this. People-owned psychology is all about taking what science has to offer and using it in our personal development. The vehicle for change is authentic gratitude, and each and every one of us has been given this gift. Endowment means we've been endowed with something. We've been given something. What we have been given is the capacity to have a clear imprint on the choices we make, on the responses we provide, and the beliefs about change. This is where we own it. We are responsible for this. It's ours. It's in our playing field. That's what people-owned psychology is all about. And we're going to start with awareness. We want to remember that if we're not aware of what's happening in our lives, how can we look at things and see if that's how we want things to really be? In one of my recent posts, I talked about that we probably know more about the inner workings of our washing machine or car, or maybe more about what's happening in the lives of our neighbors than we do our own. Our first exercise is focused on self-awareness through savoring. Savoring is a focused, transitory experience generated through the senses. Savoring is simple and fun. And when it becomes a part of your practice of authentic gratitude, it will become a remarkable tool to bring you into a pleasurable place with a simple thought, or as I like to do it, with a simple breath and thought combination. Right now for me, even thinking about savoring causes my taste buds to get a little activated. My mind begins to think about food. That's usually my first stop off point in my savory journey. But let me give you some quick examples of savoring. I love savoring. These are common examples and they're pretty much universal. You will see how easy it is to incorporate intentional savoring into your daily life. And the point here is intentional savoring. These are going to sound so familiar to all of you that you're probably going to go, oh my gosh, I savor all the time. If you've ever met up with a new baby and kissed that baby's scalp, and breathe in that smell of that little baby just for that second, that is savoring. I have 24 grandchildren, so I'm really familiar with that type of savoring. And how about those new cars that have that leather smell, right? They even have air fresheners to get that new car smell. So when you get into your new car and that leather smells like new car, and you just sit there for a moment in really focused appreciation, that's a savory moment. Of course, the first bite of anything that you're looking at as being pleasurable and satisfying is potentially savoring. Yet sometimes we gulp the food in and forget to slow down. So just doing that one small thing, slowing down for the first taste, no matter how hungry we are, and giving it our full attention, letting those taste buds just go crazy on that bite, that is intentional savoring. Focused appreciation, and we'll talk about how important focused energy is in what we do. It's big. Another example most of us have experienced is when we finally get that dress or that suit that we've been wanting for a while, and we put it on for the first time, admire how it fits, admire how it feels, the material feels on our body. That is savoring. Working outside on a landscape, working outside at the end of the day, and you stand back and you look at what you've done, intentionally looking at the results of all the effort that was put in. That's savoring. Sometimes at work we leave our desk particularly organized or beautiful because it was a good day, and we want to enter the office the next day with the same energy. We arrange the desk, put intention into it, make it pleasing, and we stand there and savor. One point I do want to make here, though, is that savoring can also be in anticipation of something. We don't need to taste something or see something or smell something. It can also be in positive anticipation of something happening in the future or just around the corner, or even now in the present moment. Savoring can be an intense appreciation for the moment where you stand and you just feel that for this small point in time, life is good, life is complete. Savory is so accessible, it's really wonderful, and I'm looking forward to talking about how we see it fitting into our lives and how we're actually feeling when we're out there savoring. I mean, feelings are a pretty good barometer of what's happening. We're going to be putting up some exercises on savoring. You're going to find those in our Guide 1 on our People on Psychology Facebook group. And stay tuned shortly, a live event where we're going to have an opportunity to get together and talk about savoring. How's it making us feel when we intentionally savor something? Do we feel integrated? Do we feel a disconnect? Do we feel at peace, joyful? What do we feel when we're savoring? You know, savoring is a golden nugget in the world of gratitude and a wonderful place to start in awareness. I'm really excited to share this little gem of focused appreciation with you. So everybody, thanks for being here. I really appreciate your presence here. So until next time, let's go out and be the best we can be. Let's be grateful. Bye-bye.